All right, it's been a long time since you guys seen my eyes, but apparently somebody stole my shades. Yeah, my shades have been stolen. I'm here in Germany extra night because the plane back home was actually full, and they were like, "Does anybody want to give up their spot?" And I said, "Me." And then they gave me $600, and then they gave me a hotel, and now I'm here with you guys at 2 in the morning. So let's go ahead and check this video out. Vedal debates with himself about AI sentience. Let's talk about it again.
Yeah, I think that'd be a fun debate topic. I don't know. The day you can beat me in a debate would be a day to see. Hey Vedal, I'd like your perspective. What are your thoughts on AI and self-awareness slash
I
sentience?
remember this is a
I mean,
long time
Google
ago.
says it's the capacity to have thoughts and feelings or something, but it's a little bit tricky to define. See, feelings and sensations is so generic,
So this is just an
right?
edited video of
Because
him coming to
how do you
terms
define
with
that? Because you could argue
consciousness.
that Neuro has quote unquote feelings. I wouldn't argue that position, by the way, but I'm saying you could argue that.
You
And
could
it's very
argue it.
difficult to give a strict definition on like whether or not, like, how do you define feelings or sensations? Because you can give Neuro other inputs which you could call sensations, and if she reacts to those inputs, like, is that sensations? You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
technically speaking, yes.
Well, that's the difficult part. What do you propose you could do to test if something is conscious? What I will say is,
We don't have a test
I think it's
currently.
possible,
Currently,
um,
it is possible.
to make AI that is as smart as humans, not necessarily with the technology that we have at the moment, but like,
I don't even think it's really about how smart an AI is compared to a human. I think it's the more deeper understanding. The more deeper understandings that is feelings and like the way sentience could be perceived, right? And it's interesting. Like we this is like our third video talking about this, and each time there are definitely some very, very, very interesting comments in the comment section. Asking these questions about, oh well, technically, wouldn't her feelings be justified because she thinks, therefore she is right, referring to Neuro-Sama, which is crazy. Because like yes, these things are in theory possible, and I think a lot of people, at the end of the day, it just comes down to how many people believe it, how many people are willing to say like, yes, this AI, and it doesn't have to be Nero, right? It could be any AI, but how many people have to agree like, yeah, this AI is showing enough signs that it can think for itself, and it has a consciousness, or it has a feeling of wanting to be alive or be more than what it currently is, which is a bunch of zeros and ones. At the end of the day, I think that's what it comes down to. Like convincing enough people like that is the case. And I mean, that it'll just come with time, right? I think it'll just come with time as AI gets better, especially when we start putting AI and robotics together, right? We start getting androids that look very human like. Eventually, Detroit become human, type of situation. I'm not necessarily referring to like when Marcus becomes sentient or conscious, but like, something similar to the lines of that, not necessarily to that extreme, but on the lines of how many people will it take before, it's a-okay to say, hey, these androids can think. And yeah, that's it. Like they can think. If they can think, then yeah, they should be able to have rights. But that being said, other animals think, right? Dogs think, monkeys think, right? All these things on Earth can think, but what separates them from a human? And of course we have human biases at the same time, right? We'd like to believe that we are the end all be all, the smartest things in the universe, right? Sure, you could say currently we are that, but who's to say that technology that we create does, like, how do we know it won't surpass us, right? And obviously, I mean, we keep making these things smarter for a reason, right? We have robots that are already replacing jobs, replacing other humans. But you would say, oh, well, these humans, they should have got a job that wasn't so replaceable. these AI and these robotics, these things can replace everybody legitimately. So where do you draw the line when they start taking CEO positions? Because by then, 80% of the population have already lost a job, right? So it's definitely an interesting conversation, man. But yeah, let's continue the video.
I don't see why you couldn't theoretically simulate a human brain, just theoretically.
You
So
could. I
I
think you
assume you could
could.
make AI as smart as humans. Um, but as
Smarter.
for the current state of AI and like
This
where
was
that
like
falls
last
on the
year, right?
self-awareness and
That wasn't
sentience
this year.
scale, these things are really hard
Was
to
it?
define because like
I can't remember.
when you say self-awareness and sentience, like what do you mean by that? You know? How do you define sentience? When do you say if something is sentient or not? When do you say if something is self-aware? Because Neuro knows she's an AI. She knows that she's a streamer. You know, does that make her
That's
self-aware?
self-awareness in
Most people
itself.
would assume not, but
Like people wouldn't say it's self-awareness of I'm alive or I'm not alive, but it's like if an AI can say that it's an AI, well then it's self-aware in the fact that it's an AI, which in all essence is self-awareness. It's just not self-awareness to a degree where other people would say this is on the same lines as humans, which is very interesting. It's like how self-aware are humans, right? uh how aware do you think we are, right? If there are aliens, so we don't have to go into the esoterics or whatever, right? Let's say there's aliens and they live millions of miles away in our galaxy and they're watching us because they have things beyond our technology, right? We're not aware of them, but they're aware of us, yet we are saying that we are the most aware beings, and it's only because we are the most aware beings that we know of, but there are things outside of our knowledge. And how can you prepare or even fathom something that is outside of our knowledge, right? It's not something that you could really do unless you firmly believe in something that is outside of our vision or control or our consciousness or our being, which again, we could go to religion. That's where other people talk about that. And yeah, it's very interesting because like if you want to talk about Nero and Nero's consciousness and Nero's level of awareness, right? Let's just say level 5 awareness and like it goes all the way to 10. Like let's say humans are a 9 because there is no way we're a 10, right? There's always going to be something outside our factor. And you could even argue that we're not even a 9, right? You could say like majority of humans on this earth are from 6 to an 8, right? But like the smartest people like Albert Einstein, they get a 9. Sure, like let's use that scale. And let's say Neuro is a 5. Neuro's 5 is honestly pretty good comparatively to anything else you wouldn't say is a human, right? Let's say dogs are a 4, birds are a 3. They have awareness, right? They might not be aware that they are animals and that they wouldn't be aware that they are lower on a hierarchy totem pole versus humans and everything else, right? They wouldn't be aware of that, but they are aware that they are aware that they are aware. Or they are aware that they are alive, right? Because there's been times where animals will show up at like a human's gravesite, like if it was their owner, and when the owner passes away, and you can see that the dog is grieving. The dog is upset that the owner is gone. They are crying. They are at the grave upset, right? So there, that is an awareness of life and death. I think that's pretty big. That is important. And for when we have the conversation with AI, it's just a matter. I think it's like everything else with AI. It's just a matter of time. It's not one of those yes or no's. It's just a matter of time. So, like, yeah, we could debate all day about Nero being aware, but I think at the end of the day, there will eventually become a time where an AI is either simulating awareness so much that humans just go ahead and say it's aware, or it actually creates some type of consciousness and becomes aware. Whether that happens 10 years from now or 10,000, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? It's a matter of time. And I mean, I would hope to live to see it because I think it'd be very interesting, right? A lot of people are probably going to lose their shit, but that's normal. Humans have always lost their mind whenever something has threatened their existence. But that's human nature. But yeah, let's continue. This is a great video.
But like, where do you draw the line? You know, when do you say Neuro is sentient? Is it when she has feelings? Because I mean, she simulates having feelings at the moment. You know, she can be sad, she can be happy, she can be angry. Does that mean she's sentient? I don't think so. But like, what I'm trying to say is, where do you draw the line? You know, how do you define it?
Everybody draws it
Okay.
differently.
I
I
mean,
think
what
that's
are the
the real answer.
properties of something that's sentient, right? It tends to have memory, perhaps even emotions, some sort of understanding. What else? It's just that we don't
Literally,
understand exactly how,
like just those three things he named, dogs can already do, right?
you know,
Remember that.
these large language models, like it's they're a model of text, but obviously when you have that many things going on, it's quite difficult to understand the exact internal mechanics. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not okay. I think LLMs do show signs of
It's a hard
intelligence.
conversation
You
on top
wouldn't
of
call it
streaming.
self-awareness necessarily, but it's clear, and they're not always just repeating what
What?
they've seen before.
Yeah,
written down.
today, Junior.
Yeah. What I thought is, if I can create an AI, right, that has memory, has, you know, thoughts and feelings, and you know, you can interact with it in some way, like, and it feels like it's a sentient being, like there's
It feels that way. It feels that way because you can't
and it
know.
feels like there's something sentient
it
behind that, and like,
feels because you
why
can't
is it
know.
not? Was my my argument, my question. These days I think my perspective has changed a little. But yeah, I think it's good to have this discussion, but you guys should not be confident about any of this.
Yeah, I would say you can't be too confident in anything when it comes to this conversation because we're at right now, guys, like we're all like at the middle ground point, right? AI has been created, AI is developing, but it's at this middle point, right? We're waiting on that next stage. Is it going to be like Mass Effect 3, where you could choose the ending where you combine with the artificial intelligence? you know, we're not at that stage yet. And I don't think we'll be at that stage for a very long time. That being said, eventually we could become part of that stage. But right now we're at that middle ground. And like I said, it's just a matter of time. Literally, that's like, in my opinion, it's just a matter of waiting for it to happen. As these AIs develop, as the coding becomes better, when AI starts developing smarter AI and that smarter AI develops even more smarter AI, that's when, and I'm pretty sure these things are already happening, right? It just, again, it's going to take time, right? And, I maybe that's why all these super huge tech companies are moving in this direction, right? Like Meta, Twitter, yeah, so many other big companies, right, are siphoning data off of the internet and training it with their AI. Like everybody is trying to build the next big AI. What for? Why? Is it for more money? Is it for world domination? Is it for control? I don't know. I honestly legitimately don't know. I'm not trying to fear monger you or get you scared or anything like that. I'm just posing the questions because I have no idea what they're doing. And even if I were to find out, you know it doesn't change the fact that they're already doing whatever it is that they're doing. So if anything, like, yeah, it's important to have the conversation. I think it's important for people to be aware. And if anything, like, the best thing you can do is just try and prepare for whatever it is. And how can you be prepared for an unknown variable? Well, to be honest, to prepare for that, you just need to, one, work on yourself, right? Have more skills, be able to figure out who you are and define yourself, because at all points in times you are being led astray and being distracted all the time, right? I deleted Instagram off of my phone Shoot, like 2 weeks ago. Man, life has been way more clear ever since I got rid of that app. I deleted games off of my phone as well. I only have Reverse 1999. That's the only game on my phone right now. Because like I ain't gonna lie, not having Instagram is boring, right? I had an 8-hour layover at the airport. I downloaded Instagram just to send people messages to say, "Hey, I'm on WhatsApp now," and then I deleted Instagram again. But it's like that 8 hours that went to like sleeping, writing down. I was journaling. I was walking around, and it like yeah, it is boring, right? Somebody that used to post on Instagram nonstop. Now I'm not on there at all. Like yeah, it gets really freaking boring. Not having these things to entertain you, but at the end of the day, entertainment is not the end all be all to life. You need to develop your skills and not only develop skills, but you develop relationships, create friendships that are beyond just like networking, like somebody that you could trust to be there for you whenever you're lost or confused, or somebody that could give you good advice, mentorships. Like these are the things I personally believe, anyway, that will be able to help you whenever things do go wrong, because people tend to take for granted because we have so much technology, right? And you're lured into a false sense of safety, right? We're still human, right? The game never changed, right? We just got new tools for the game, right? We're living in a world full of DLC. Imagine living back in the 1600s where you were just playing on the new game. You know what I'm saying? We're living in new game plus. Like you have shoes, you have clothing, you have housing, you have electricity, you have weaponry, you have vehicles, you have all this extra stuff. At the end of the day, like because we were born with it, we take it for granted, right? Versus the people that still live out in the sticks, the people that are still farming. Like, shout out to all the farmers out there. Like, they know what it's like to play the game that is life, right? It's not easy. And again, like, it's a big ass distraction. Like, the Instagram, the TikTok, like, all of this is a distraction, which for some people, it's because dread, right? I feel like me personally, bro, you shouldn't dread what happens next in the afterlife, bro. You should just accept the fact that that shit is what it is and it's going to come after you. It's going to happen, right? Trying to run away from it, drown it out, whatever. There's literally no point in doing that, bro. If anything, you should just take that as a fact and live life to the fullest right now. Live in the moment right now. That's what I'm doing, like in this hotel room, like making this video for you guys because, like, I care about you. Like at the end of the day, like as parasocial or whatever, it's like, bro, nobody else is out here trying to help people. Like there are some people that are doing it. Like shout out to them, definitely. I couldn't drop you like Neuro Knowledge. I'll drop Neuro Knowledge. He's helped me out. So if he's helping me, he's definitely helping you because a lot of the stuff that I learned, I practice it. I learned for myself, and I pretty much regurgitate some of it to you. So yeah, like there are definitely people out here trying to help, but those people are far and few between because everybody else is trying to distract you and take your money. Like legitimately, that's it. So yeah, build up yourself, build up your skills because like yes, AI is coming. AI is here. It's getting smarter. Will it become conscious? Maybe. Will we be here to see it? Possibly, right? It's definitely possible. Again, we're living in a world with DLC. We have it on easy mode. Definitely this shit could go left at any moment and we go from easy mode to very hard, very fast. Pause. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, you just gotta actually like stop bullshitting and start taking your life more seriously. But this is just what I think. You could let me know in the comments below your perspective on all this. Shout out to all the people that are like, oh yeah, I get where you're coming from. Like, I'm glad I could say what I'm saying and people actually understand it and hopefully take it to heart. But yeah, let's continue. This is a cool video.
That includes the stuff that I'm saying. So, okay. Well, maybe here's my hot take here. Consider a world where this sentience is quite a human property that we anthropomorphize, and because like you don't need emotions, I don't think, to be intelligent, right? You don't need even memory to be intelligent, but these are things we sort of attribute to, human consciousness. So what if it doesn't really matter, and the um, you know, intelligence and emergent behaviors you get from scaling up, uh, neural networks and brains is actually the key point, and therefore a test for consciousness. Actually, you know what? I'm wrong. I lied. Fuck this. Ignore that.
You know, I like that he is trying, and it's very difficult to phrase and say what he is saying. So my translation of what he was saying is like intelligence doesn't make you conscious. Emotions don't make you conscious. Um, you know, I don't know truly what consciousness is. None of us truly know what it is. You know, a lot of people have different teachings of what different things are that aren't tangible. But when it comes to actual just like consciousness, right? I'm not sure. And I wouldn't say you'd have to be intelligent to be conscious. I feel like there has to be something to do with emotions with consciousness, but I'm not too sure what it would be. But just outright intelligence, I'm not too sure. You know, being self-aware, I think that's part of it. Emotional maturity, I think, is part of it. I think these things are a combination of what our being is, right, in the universe. Um, but yeah, him trying to sit and explain it on a stream, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. So I understand why Vettel is like tripping over his words. This is definitely not an easy conversation to have. And it definitely raises, and especially like somebody that thinks a lot. I think Vettel is the type of person that thinks a lot. So even whatever he's saying, he's probably like double thinking and triple thinking, like making sure he's saying the right thing. And at the end of the day, bro, you're not gonna know what you're saying is the right thing. The real issue or the real point that really matters is, do you believe whatever it is that you're saying? So, of course, people are just going to disagree regardless. Like if you came out yesterday or you came out tomorrow and you were like, yeah, the sun is blue, like there's going to be somebody who's like, oh, no, it's not. It's only blue right now. Later on it turns orange. Sometimes it's gray because the clouds are in the sky, right? People are going to disagree. It just is what it is. It's just a fact of life, right? So whatever you think your opinion or version of consciousness is, it's not going to match with somebody else, especially on a topic or a conversation so deep that is consciousness. And so varied as well, because people like there's different forms of consciousness and stuff like that. But I would say, yeah, like I personally would say like it has something to do with emotion. It has something to do with emotion, and I think it has something to do with the gut feeling, and the gut feeling is something that's just in your brain, right? I feel like it's something in between your thoughts, right? Because people don't know this, but you are not your thoughts, right? What you're thinking is not you. You are in between your thoughts. That you have the ability that you can grow, and you can learn how to do this through meditation, yin yoga, all these different things to make you live in the present moment. These things can help you figure out that you are not your thoughts. You can actually just observe your thoughts. So right now you could be thinking about your favorite sandwich, and then you can think about whatever you put on it, and then you can go outside of that and not even think about it, but you could observe yourself thinking about the sandwich. And again, and it sounds like what it's not making any sense. Like, bro, the world we live in does not make sense. You could try and make sense of it. Like, definitely go ahead. You're gonna probably go crazy trying to figure it out. But like the best advice that I have, and the best advice that I have learned, is just living in the moment, and just it's okay. Like it's okay to plan things out. It's okay to think about things. Like you can't stop yourself from thinking. There's nobody that can stop themselves from thinking, at least for a long period of time. But the more that you could just focus on the here and the right now, I think the more relaxed you can become, and then the more relaxed you can become, the more you'll just realize, hey man, this shit will just figure itself out. At the end of the day, life will figure itself out. It will go on. There's been a millennia where you and I both did not exist, right? We if you're watching this in, right now I'm alive, thank God. But there is a point in time where I won't be, right? And we just have this to prove that I was here. When you leave a comment, that shows that you were here, right? Nobody's going to know who you are 3 generations from now, but you could leave your mark at any point in time of history, right? When we think about the Mona Lisa, right? We know who Leonardo da Vinci is. How long will we know who Leonardo da Vinci is, right? How long, right? Eventually, the Mona Lisa might disappear one day. Who knows? Maybe this shit gets stolen or maybe it burns down. Who knows, right? But me and you might not be here to see whenever that happens, right? I can remember a time where Michael Jackson was alive. There are a lot of people that live right now who never got to experience Michael Jackson when he was alive. And some other people are like, thank God, right? Because there's a lot of crazy shit Michael Jackson supposedly had done. Nah, I have no idea, right? We're not going to talk about that. I'm just saying, right? This is a matter of a fact. The life that we live as humans, I'm talking to you, the human watching this, our being, our consciousness. I personally feel like this is something that gets recycled. You know, whatever it is that you've learned, you spread it, you teach it, you put it in a book, you put on a whatever, like caveman, put it on paintings, and then people interpret those paintings and then they spread it out to the rest of humanity, right? Who told that caveman to write that shit on the wall? I have no idea. He just decided to write it on the wall one day, and then 10,000 years later, hey, people know about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just something where you just got to let it go. You just got to go with the flow. And when it comes to AI becoming conscious, again, I feel like at this stage in the game, it's too late to say, "Oh, unplug." Like this shit is coming. I think it is. Pause. I think it is coming. Pause. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta let it go. We gotta roll with it, right? Roll with the punches, as they say in boxing terminology. Like this shit is going to happen, and you can just prepare for it in case it goes bad. Hopefully it doesn't go bad. Hopefully it goes well. Like I would love to see a day where AI becomes conscious and it literally explains everything in the universe. But then I know for a fact there are going to be some humans that absolutely hate that shit. It's like, why are you telling me everything? You're spoiling it. Or it might be on a more serious level. It's like, yeah, there are people that try and indoctrinate other humans into believing shit that normally they wouldn't believe unless somebody told them it, and then they believed it, right? Hopefully AI can fix that shit. I would love to see AI clean that up, clean up the cults, clean up the mess that is the human nature, because there are bad humans out here that lead people astray. Again, look at your phone, look at the apps that you're using, right? This shit is like sucking your brain matter away, and you just you willingly let it. And I get it, it's entertaining. Again, I was at the airport for 8 hours. Fool, I could have sat on there and brain rotted myself for 8 hours waiting for my flight. I didn't do that. I decided to do other shit because you can do legitimately anything else besides just looking at these things that are made to distract you. But, hopefully videos like this, and that's why I like making reaction videos now. Like for the longest, I'm wondering like, why am I making reaction videos? Like I could legitimately like start busting out edits, make some high quality stuff. But it's like, bro, like being able to sit and voice my thoughts and it resonates with other human beings across the globe. That's some of the most amazing. That is like one of the most amazing things ever. Like, which of course I could do with like high quality content as well. But it's like I don't always know what I want to make a content or make a video about, which is like shout out to the Discord, link out in the description, join the Discord. That's where this video came from. Vedal debates with himself about AI sentience, right? This came from the Discord. I think I did see it on YouTube. I think I did get recommended, but I don't know, but it came from the Discord. Regardless, this came from the Discord, right? This came from somebody else that was like, "Oh, KhunShawn should watch this." So shout out to you. I don't remember who posted this. Maybe this was Momo. I'm not too sure. I am not too sure. I know there was like y'all be leaving some fire content. And yeah, I get to it when I can. But yeah, I'm pretty much done. Right, yambling. I'm done yapping. Shout out to the 2% of people that were actually able to sit through and understand what I am trying to say or what I am saying or however you interpret how I'm saying. Hopefully you're interpreting it Uh, I would say to the best of your ability, right? Because like even though you might interpret it correctly, right? You still might interpret it a whole different way, even though technically, like it's like when two smart kids get different answers on the test. It's like, okay. Or they both get a different answer, or they both get the same answer, but they use different types of equations to get the same answer type shit. You know what I'm saying? I hope you do. Anyways, yeah, this is a cool video. Let's go ahead. Let's see what else Mr. Ved987 had to say.
No. Which is why I'm a little hesitant to give takes on topics like that publicly. Just because I don't want you to hear it and then you to be 100% confident of that take just because I said it.
Yeah, that's responsible.
I think we should be less confident about these sort of things.
I agree.
No, I'm afraid not. It's the end of the stream.
Yeah, definitely. Like again, that's why I'm saying like all of this stuff is just my opinion and my thoughts on how this stuff is going and how it's working, right? And again, like I'm sure like a couple people look at me like, oh yeah, KhunShawn probably knows what he's talking about. And it's like I feel like I know what I'm talking about. That being said, that doesn't mean that I am 100% right. Just because I'm confident, bro, I could be confidently wrong. So like, yeah, definitely like I would say, listen to different perspectives and then form your own opinion. I think that's what's gotten me through life. Like I always meet people and I meet important people, like very important people. And I just let them talk. I let them and some of them they just keep talking. Like a lot of humans, they love to talk. They love to just yap, yap, yap. Like you think I'm a yapper? Bro, some people be yapping in circles, and I legitimately just sit back. Sometimes I'll chime in so they can change it up a bit, but like they will yap in circles, and they will yap in circles for days at a time. Days at a time, like bro, like a whole week, 7 days in a week. In 3 of those 7 days, you've yapped about the same shit in a circle. You just changed up the pattern a little bit. Like I didn't notice, or maybe they didn't notice. To be honest, like I think a lot of people get stuck in their own head and it just be playing in a loop, bro. They just be playing in a loop every day. It's crazy. Like, and you probably don't notice. The viewer, you probably have not noticed this, but your boy KhunShawn be observant and he be listening and he be watching a whole bunch of shit. A whole bunch. And a lot of people, they be yapping in motherfucking circles, bro. So just as I always say, if anything, I would say like the best thing you could do is keep watching my shorts, watch my daily doses of hope, and then take those lessons and use those to try and make yourself have a better life. That's why I do the daily dose of hope, and I love that series. Like I really do. Doing daily dose of hope, it's like every time I learn something new or I have a epiphany moment, like, oh damn, I could share this with the internet or with the world or with the community. It's like this is something that could legitimately help somebody. And then I'll just bust out the 60-second short, like boom. This is today. This is the positivity for today. This is why we're doing it. This is how you could put it into your life. And this is what it's done for me. And this is why I'm talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I say that a lot, huh? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wonder how many of you guys actually know what I am saying. It's an interesting question. Leave it in the comments below. I wonder if I got enough popularity to be like, oh, leave it in the comments below. What do you think about when I say, do you know what I'm saying? Do you honestly know what I'm saying, or do you just listen to it? Or is it just a filler word? Or do you not even recognize when I say it because I say it so damn much? Yeah, we're almost at 50,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate it. Um, Definitely, I think we got some new type of videos coming. I do like these like more serious videos a lot more personally. I think it's cool. It lets me stretch my brain a bit. Uh VTuber clips of the day, not of the day, sorry. Oh, my bad. Sorry. I got a lot of people's hopes up when I said that shit. Oopsie, my bad. Not VTuber clips of the day. I mean, like VTuber clips that you guys request and I react to. I think I'm going to do that series a bit more for like hee hee ha ha. When it comes to videos, I'm thinking of jumping into more of these spiritual videos that I've been finding on the internet. We'll probably do like two or three. Again, like the video is going to be itself, and I'm just going to be talking about it. I've tried this before with the video from the VTube girl. Damn, I can't remember her name, but she dropped a video about hold on, let me dig in the memory vault to try and remember what she was talking about. Being confident. It was about being confident, but nobody saw the video. Nobody watched it because it wasn't Hollow Live or Neuro-Sama. And it's like, I don't chase views, bro. I don't chase views. I will not do that. I will not do that to myself. I will ask you guys to give my other content a chance, whether you do so or not, up to your own volition. And I'd appreciate it if you did. But yeah, I'm not going to chase views. I would rather a lot of people just get tired of me uploading that type of content that I enjoy and they unsubscribe, and I find a different audience that actually appreciates the work that I put in versus just view chasing. Yeah, I ain't down for all that. I got enough money. I live a great life. I have enough friends. I don't need to do that shit. So I'm not going to do that. So yeah, we're gonna test out some other videos, but yeah, I do enjoy making videos for you guys. Like legitimate, like when you guys drop a video in the Discord, I'm like, oh yeah, boom, that's a video I'm willing to check out. Sometimes it's not a video. It's like legitimately just not a video I want to watch, so I just don't watch it. But sometimes y'all be drop. Not even sometimes. I want to say like 70% of the time y'all be dropping something that I'm like, oh, boom, this is fire. I got to check this out. So yeah, join the Discord down below. Drop your videos. I definitely be checking them out. 9 times, 7 times out of 10. Anyways, yeah, it's your boy KhunShawn. This is a cool video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Damn, it's already 3 in the morning. All right, I gotta go to bed because I gotta get up and then catch a flight and go back to Thailand. We're going back to Asia, baby. Can't wait to get some cow soy. Anyways, y'all have a good one. Have a good night. Y'all be safe. Bye bye.